Hey guys, and welcome back to a brand new video. It's really nice to have you back. So as I promised to you in the last video that I'm gonna show you how to create a LUT using your smartphone. So these LUTs can be used in Final Cut Pro, Premiere Pro, DaVinci Resolve, and any other software that supports LUT. So basically we're gonna create a .cube file. Apparently that's how the LUT file works. I'm gonna take you through how I'm gonna create a LUT, my whole process of creating a LUT, and this is how I create my LUTs and how I color grade my LUT. So basically my video structures looks like this. I'm gonna come up with an idea of a video topic, and then I'm gonna just plan out how I'm gonna shoot the things, and finally I'm gonna shoot the things, and finally I'm gonna dump all my footages into the Final Cut Pro. So from there I start my editing, and finally when it comes to the color grading part, what I do is I'm gonna export a frame from the video, drop it to my phone, and then I also create a HALD file, HALD file, and then it is basically generated from the LUT generator. The LUT generator I use right now is the one, it's a little bit weird name, so let me just read it out for you. IWLTBAP LUT Generator. Apparently that's the name. I have no idea what it is. I have no clue of what the name means, honestly. So this is the LUT generator I use to create LUTs. So I'm gonna export the image and drop that into my phone, fire the Adobe Lightroom mobile, and drop those two images. One is my frame from the video, and the second one is my HALD. So I'm gonna finish up editing my photo. I'm gonna copy over all the settings I applied and drop it over the HALD. HALD is basically the image with complete colors, and you're gonna know once we start the process. So I'm gonna paste it over and then send it back to my laptop and then create a LUT from that file. So that's basically how it works. So I'm not sure if somebody have done this video before, but maybe I'm just missing out on YouTube this video, but I think this is gonna be really helpful one, especially when you have a kind of LCD non-IPS display. When you have a display that changes colors when you look from the left and right and top and bottom, brightness kind of jiggles a little bit up and down. So if you're having a screen and hard time editing on those displays, I highly recommend to use this method for color grading your video, so you know what the output is gonna be. Because at the end of the day, if you're gonna upload a video or something into the internet or YouTube, people are end up gonna consuming your media on a smartphone in the end. I think that's really helpful to color grade from your smartphone itself. And surprisingly, we've got smartphones with a great display, so it's really nice to have that great display and use them to in advantage of color grading. If you're new here, welcome. Be sure to subscribe, hit the bell, smash that like button for YouTube algorithm. And by the way, if you're part of this 95.5 people of my viewers who are not part of my subscribers, please do subscribe. This is a ridiculous number. Less than 4.5 people who are watching my video are only subscribed to my channel. This is absolutely ridiculous. Please do consider subscribing to my channel. That really means a lot to me. My name is Mohammed Suraif. Welcome back again. Now let's get into the video. So this is one of my workflow, and I have not completed the edit yet. So right now I'm just interested in the first footage, which is the intro side of the video. By the way, this is the next video that's coming in the channel. I will leave the card up above and you can definitely check that out. It's actually a day I visited a fish farm, and it was also sort of a day in my life. So this is the glimpse of the footage. And by the way, you know guys, this is one of my favorite shots of the day. This is the infinity showroom. Oh my god, look at that. That's so beautiful, isn't it? So however, the goal for today is exporting this frame. This is the Final Cut Pro, so I'm gonna quickly export this frame, save current frame, and you have it there. So I'm gonna say F1. I'm gonna export it there. The second part is creating a HALD file. So generate a HALD file. This is the software I was talking about. This is the IWLTBAP LUT generator. So I'm gonna just create the HALD file in the desktop. It's gonna be called a neutral 512. Yes, it's here. This is the HALD file that we are gonna create the LUT from. So now I need to send this image plus the frame that we saved into my smartphone and then color grade it from there. So let me just jump into my smartphone. I'll catch you up there. So now that we have generated the HALD file, HALD file, plus I have saved the current frame from the video footage. Now let's drop that into the phone. I have basically WhatsApped it from my MacBook. Let's open up the Adobe Lightroom and see the process. So I'm not gonna get too crazy with my edits because I'm just showing it for the demonstration purpose for you to just have an idea. I know definitely you are an amazing editor and far better than I am because I'm just terrible at it. That's what I think. And this is the kind of perception I have. Before starting to edit, I have image. Okay, I'm gonna edit this photo in this beautiful way. Once I edit, I was like, it's like this is what I ordered and this is what I got. So this is just that kind of meme. So now let's jump into the Lightroom, and I have my phone with me. I'm just gonna jump into Lightroom. As you can see, this is the image I have just extracted from the footage. I have already got this in my phone. So these are the other videos that I have created the LUT from my phone. So this was one of the recent videos, and this is also. Let's complete the editing right now. I'm just gonna speed up this video right here and you can follow along. So I finally ended up making this a terrible picture again, as usual. And so just to let you know that before and after, I'm just gonna click and hold this one. So this was the before, this is the after. Both looks terribly equal. So anyhow, I couldn't really focus on editing this picture because my mind was like wandering around. So let's get into the concept of this video. This is the editing that I have completed. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go to the menu and copy the settings. Don't copy over the tools and then geometry. And also the other thing you need to consider when you are creating LUT is you're only allowed to use the color and the saturation. I mean saturation is color, the color and the brightness. So you cannot work on the sharpness because sharpness is not affected by the picture. It's just the overall color and the brightness. So just be aware of that thing when you create the LUT file. So now I'm gonna copy the settings over and then I go back to the HALD file and then simply paste over this file. So paste settings. So now you can see the colors have really shifted along. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna share this image. So just to make sure that I'm gonna export it as. So this is my Instagram settings for the best quality result. So if you have missed my video on how to export images from Lightroom for Instagram with the highest quality, I'll leave the card up here. So definitely check that out. So this is the Instagram settings, but I don't want to be an Instagram settings for my LUT. So I'm gonna just go with the largest available in terms of dimension, and then the rest I'm gonna just leave it as it is. And then I'm gonna export this image. Okay, and I'm gonna quickly undo this because I'm gonna use the same HALD for the next time, so I don't have to keep taking the HALD file from my computer all the time. So I'm gonna take the LUT I've created from my phone and put it back into the computer. Let us see how to create LUT from the image that we have exported. So this is the image that I took from my phone to the computer, and this is the previous image. So you can see there is definitely a difference. So I'm gonna create a LUT from this file. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna come to my LUT generator and convert to cube. So now I'm gonna select the image that have the filters applied, I mean the color gradings applied. So FCPX6 is the file, and it's gonna create a cube file for me now. So as you can see, there is a cube file now. This file can be imported into the Final Cut Pro. Let me show you how to import the file into Final Cut Pro. I'm not the person who applies the color grading on the footage, but I would rather prefer to have an adjustment layer. So let me just bring up my adjustment layer. So I'm gonna quickly drop the adjustment layer here, and let's go to the adjustment layer. Okay, all right. The first thing you need to do is you need to go to the effects panel and search for LUT. You get an effect called custom LUT. Just drag and drop over to your adjustment layer. Now just click on the adjustment layer and come to the adjustments and go to LUT in the effects. Come over here and choose a custom LUT. Now choose the LUT you just have created, which was in the downloads folder, LUT6.cube. Open this. Now you can see a heavy color grading be applied. So all you need to do is just reduce the mix a little bit. So what you're happy with to go ahead, I would always go with a 60 to 80 range. So for this, I'm gonna stick to 60ish. So I think I'm gonna be happy with that. I know this is not the best editing ever, but it is what it is, and it's just for this video, so I'm just gonna ignore the editing part for now. So this is basically how you create your own LUT and import into the Final Cut Pro. So the same file can be used, the .cube file can be used to insert into Premiere Pro or DaVinci Resolve. So I'm gonna leave the link to download this app, which is the IWLTBAP LUT Generator, and this is really a nice app in my opinion. I'll also try trying to find an alternative app for Windows. So you guys who are always asking for, we do definitely need a Windows tutorial. I have a lots of buddies asking for that. So I'm gonna definitely leave the link to download LUT generating app for you in the description box below. So that's the end of this video. I hope you find this video really interesting and really helpful. Please do consider sharing with your friends and family. And I will see you all in the next one. Until then, stay tuned to my channel. Subscribe if you haven't already. Don't be the part of the larger community who haven't subscribed. Please do support me by subscribing. Have a wonderful day, and I will see you all in the next one. Until then, stay tuned and bye-bye.